Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you here in attendance and watching on the National Racing Network live stream, it is feature time for Thursday Night Thunder. To kick things off with our opening ceremonies, we would like to honor our hometown hero of the night. Good luck, Godspeed, and best wishes to Private Sarah Schald and all the soldiers of the 628th Aviation Brigade who are leaving for Syria, Lebanon, and Kuwait on Sunday. You have the many thanks of a grateful nation and an enthusiastic crowd tonight. At this time, we would ask everybody to please rise and remove your hats as we welcome the mayor of East Greenville, Pennsylvania, Keith Gerhardt, to perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Mr. Keith Gerhardt, ladies and gentlemen. Now it is time to introduce the 24 starters for tonight's Wingless Hyper Racing 600 feature. Starting in the 24th position, driving car number 99, Brandon Heist. Starting in the 23rd position, piloting car number 21Z, Zach Curtis. Rolling off in position number 22, driving car number 25, Sean Brandel. Rolling off in the 21st position, driving car number 88J, The Big Show, Joey Amantia. Starting in 20th, driving car number 50, Jacob Severn. Rolling off in the 19th position, car number 18, Joey Jarowitz. Starting in 18th, piloting car number 61, Ryan Kunkel. Rolling off in the 17th position, driving the number 2S, Mike Rutherford. Starting in the 16th position, the 11T, Mike Thompson. Starting in the 15th position, driving car number 33, Jimmy Glenn. Starting in the 14th position, driving car number 11Z, Zach Light. Starting in the 13th position, driving the 5B, the conductor, Bobby Butler. Rolling off in the 12th position, driving the number 88, Nick Skias. Starting 11th, in the 03, Ryan Groff. Your top 10 starters, driving car number 71 from Lidditz, Pennsylvania, the Newland Bar Service Independent Performance Hyper Racing, number 71, Brian Kramer. Starting in the 9th position from Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania, the MMF Chassis Inside Out General Contracting, Dave Lowhead Racing, number 1 EZ, Eddie Strada. Starting 8th from New Providence, Pennsylvania, the All Coast Services Reanimated Art Tattoo Studio Vintage Signs, number 23, Bradley Brown. Starting in position number 7, the 91S, Billy Pouch Jr. Starting in the 6th position from Bridgeton, New Jersey, the Hyper Racing Betts Garage American Racer, number 59, Kyle Spence. Starting in the 5th position, the number 21S, Steven Snyder Jr. Rolling off in the 4th position, piloting car number 22, Nash Ely. Starting 3rd, the 21K, Tommy Koonsman. Rolling off in the 2nd position, the number 7X, Jason Swavely. And your pole sitter for tonight's Hyper Racing 600 feature, driving car number 66, Billy Koch. There's the field, 24 cars and drivers. They're going to get strapped in. For those of you watching the broadcast, we're going to take the 2-minute commercial break. It's feature time on Thursday Night Thunder, right here on the National Racing Network.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
All right, everybody, welcome back here to Lanco's Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway. Let's head downstairs to Debbie Splain. She's going to do the grid walk.
Thank you, Chris. I'm down here starting off with Kyle Spence. Kyle, 3rd time running here at Lanco this season. I know it's been a short season so far. You had a win and a second. How do you feel going to this feature tonight?
Pretty good. We have an okay starting spot. It's pretty tough to pass, so any passing I think is going to be pretty much on the start. Hopefully we can pick our way through.
All right, well, thank you and good luck, and also good luck tomorrow with your sprint car race.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going to move over here quick to Billy. Billy, I talked to you after the heat earlier. You said you were going to make some changes to this car to get it ready for this feature. Were you able to get those changes made, and are you ready to pull off this win tonight?
Yeah, we made a couple changes. It's really helping having Greg Stevens in our corner. We learn a lot. You realize you never really are good enough, so we're going to see if it helps.
All right, well, thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Chris.
Thank you, Debbie. We're getting the last of the crews off the grid here. Drivers, start your engines. Come on, go, roll them off. Ladies and gentlemen, you can forget about the rest. You're looking at the very best, and we've got them four abreast. You won't have to wait. The ground's about to shake as the Hyper Racing 600s get set to go side by side and three wide at the Clyde. It's feature time at Lanco. "24 cars, 25 laps the distance." Jason Swavely already a winner here at the Clyde this season. 30 laps. That's right, I'm hearing it in my ear. 30 laps the distance. Swavely's already got a win. Tommy Koonsman, a winner at the Clyde this season. Spence has a win in the 600s. But we've got some fantastic invaders. Billy Pouch Jr., Eddie Strada, Bobby Butler, Jimmy Glenn, Mike Thompson, Mike Rutherford starting deep in the field for this one. You can't count out anybody in this one tonight, folks. Lights are going to go out at the start-finish line, and we are just about ready to roll. down the back straightaway. Green flag in the air. We're racing at the Clyde. Billy Koch going to be the early leader. Kurtzman to the inside into one. Big slider up the racetrack. They're 4 wide down the backstretch. Off of turn 4, Billy Koch going to be the race leader. Nash Ely in the middle of a hornet's nest. He's into the inside. Thought about trying to battle Kuzman for third. Oh, they make a little bit of contact. One car up over the back of Ely. Here comes the kid's kid. Big move by Steven Snyder Jr. up through the field. Caution flag. 1 car going over. 2 cars over in turn 1. 2 cars going over in turn 1. The 33 of Jimmy Glenn, the 18 of Joey Jarowitz, the 23 of Bradley Brown, all involved. I am pretty sure Jimmy Glenn was one of the cars that went over. Looks like Nash Ely also pulling off the racetrack. He has a flat left rear tire. Wild crash down there in turn 1. Trouble for the 18 of Joey Jarowitz. He comes to a stop in turn 4. Looks like the 33 of Jimmy Glenn is on the flatbed. Hearing that both cars are going to need the flatbed to get off the racetrack, the 33 of Jimmy Glenn and the 23 of Bradley Brown. Hearing that both drivers are a little shaken, but okay, so good news from trackside down there. waiting on the trailer to come back so we can get the car of Bradley Brown off the racetrack. Only 2 laps in. Well, let's head downstairs to the pit area to Debbie Splain. I believe she's with Joey Jarowitz.
Thanks, Chris. I'm down here with Joey Jarowitz. Joey, big race like this, 2 laps in, not the way we wanted to see it end, but can you tell us what happened out there?
I mean, I was in the back looking forward, and it looked like a lot of guys were really racy up front, a lot of slide jobs going on, a lot of passing, and I think someone just got into somewhere, someone got in the wall, and there was really nowhere to go. I mean, car wasn't bad, just had a flat left front, had to pull in. I guess there's a rule here where you can't come back on the track after a lap's completed, but I don't know. It's unfortunate. I mean, we got stuck in the back after, crummy heat race and then kind of lost some speed. It's a brand new car for me, and I mean, it felt really hooked up in those 2 laps. Car felt better than it had all night, and it's just a shame.
All right, well, thank you for coming out tonight, and hopefully see you back here again.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be here for the Speed Week show.
Thank you. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Debbie. We appreciate it. Tough break for Joey Jarowitz. Field's getting doubled up. They're going to be ready to go back to green here in just a moment. At the front of the field, Billy Koch, still the race leader over Jason Swavely. The gap was only 0.2 of a second at the line. Tommy Koonsman's got the quickest lap of the race. He's running into 3rd position. He'll start inside of row 2. To his outside, Steven Snyder Jr., who's up a couple of positions since the drop of the green flag. Field's doubled up, lights are out. We are ready to go back to green. Koch chose the high line. He got a fantastic start. Getting another lap in the books. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide down the front straightaway. That's going to be Billy Pouch Jr. and Nick Skias. Skias to the inside, Pouch to the outside. Fighting back just a little bit. Here's the big slider. That's Kyle Spence. Coming past the 1EX of Eddie Strada. Single file at the front of the field. Billy Koch, the race leader, by a half second over Jason Swavely. Look at Mike Rutherford. He's got the left front in the air the whole way around this place. He's catfishing the bottom and making up ground. Oh, Billy Koch, race leader, got up into the outside wall in turns 3 and 4. Top 5 single file, getting some laps in. We're down to 23 to go. 7 in the books already. Big slider back in the pack. That was Zach Light and Mikey Thompson. Thompson now ahead of Zach Light. Ryan Kunkel was the car throwing the big slider. Bobby Butler gets up into the outside wall off at 2. Billy Koch, the race leader, starting to catch lap traffic. Jason Swavely still a half second back. Koch going to throw the big slider into 3 and 4. Zach Curtis crosses them back over. Curtis now 1 lap down, but that's going to let Swavely catch up. Caution flag is out. Caution flag, 1 car slow in turns 3 and 4. Trouble down the back straightaway. The 91S of Billy Pouch Jr. comes to a stop. The caution flag flying, I believe that's the 61 of Ryan Kunkel stopping in turn 4. Billy Pouch Jr. was running in the 7th position when he came to a stop. But the race is over for the driver of the 91S. He's going to go on the hook. In his first start here at the Clyde, the kid's kid will be an early casualty. Field circulating under the caution flag. Billy Pouch Jr. getting the ride back on the front of the four-wheeler. Also, the 61 of Ryan Kunkel will be done for the night as well. Field starting to get doubled up at the front. We figured it would sort of work out this way with the heads-up lineups. Whole lot of heavy iron at the front of the field. Billy Koch and Jason Swavely have held those front two positions the entire night. Tommy Koonsman, Steven Snyder Jr. running in row number 2. Nick Skias and Kyle Spence going to make up row number 3. Interesting, Billy Koch electing to restart from the inside. Made a fantastic getaway on the outside last time. Not a bad time to test it. We're still 5 laps short of halfway. Green flag back in the air. Koch going to slide up the racetrack. Couple of cars banging wheels. That's Spence falling to the back of the pack. Big slider in 1 and 2. That's Tommy Koonsman going for the race lead. Koch holds on to the high line. Swavely to the inside. Swavely tries to slide up in front of Steven Snyder Jr. Snyder's going to be right there. They're going to be almost 3 wide. Nick Skias bounces off the outside wall in 2. Couple of cars making contact. One car goes around in turn 4. Caution flag is out. Yellow for the 71 of Brian Kramer. Kramer spins in turn 4. A little bit of bumper cars going on. We are slowed again under the 3rd caution flag of the race. Koch still the race leader, but now Tommy Koonsman going to restart on row number 1 as he got around Jason Swavely. Steven Snyder Jr. holds on to the 4th position. Ryan Groff and Eddie Strada will make up row 3. Kyle Spence had a little bit of trouble in turns 3 and 4. In fact, that's what a lap after Spence's issue is when the caution came out. Followed up the field pretty good. Spence now back in the 10th position. Field getting the signal to double him up. So the lineup is good. Koch elects to restart this time from the outside. Knowing how good Jason Swavely was on the outside. Now he's got Tommy Koonsman to the inside. Really no way to defend the slider line. Koch slides high in 3 and 4. Koonsman going to be the race leader at the line. Koch slide job 1 and 2. He wants the lead back. Koonsman crosses him back over. New race leader Tommy Koonsman. Here comes Swavely throwing the slider in 3 and 4. He's almost going to make contact with Koch. That's going to let Koonsman get away. 3 wide for 3rd. Koch now up into the outside fence off of turn 2. Billy Koch falling back. Big hit. One car going over heavy. That's Nick Skias. Big hit for Nick Skias. The The 66 of Billy Koch involved as well. Kyle Spence, Mikey Thompson. Looks like Sean Brandel also involved. And let's head downstairs to Debbie Splain, who's with Ryan Kunkel.
Hey Ryan, you had a good run going there. Looks like you hit the wall pretty hard. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, the car was pretty fast. We were coming up through, just being patient and being kind on slide jobs, and just the other guy didn't feel that way and put me in the wall. So it is what it is.
Well, thanks for coming out today. Hopefully see you back again.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Debbie. And obviously, very, very frustrated Ryan Kunkel. Little bit of shots fired in that interview. Looks like Mikey Thompson's going to be able to drive away from this one in the 11T. Nick Ski is unbuckling, climbing out of his race car. Billy Koch in the 66 able to get that car rolling again. Looks like Skias will be done for the night. Kyle Spence out of his race car. Also the 71 of Brian Kramer being towed off the racetrack. See the car, Nick Ski is on the hook. He's going to be towed away from the accident scene. Looks like Kyle Spence will be done for the night as well. That car is on the hook. Spence sitting on the front of the four-wheeler. A lot of big names out of this race already. Skias was running 5th. Spence 8th. Kramer 16th at the time of the accident. We're going to be down to 14 cars remaining running in this one. And some of the best in the 600 business already out of the race. Sean Brandel, Jimmy Glenn, Joey Jarowitz, Bradley Brown, Nash Ely, Ryan Kunkel, Billy Pouch Jr. And adding now to that list, Brian Kramer, Kyle Spence, and Nick Skias. $15 laps in the books, halfway home here in the Hyper Racing 600 feature event. Tommy Koonsman and Jason Swavely going to be on row number 1. Eddie Strada and Ryan Groff are going to make up row 2. Steven Snyder Jr. and Bobby Butler will be in row 3. Zach Light and Mike Rutherford in row 4. How about that one? Rutherford started in the 17th position. Zach Light started 14th. Green flag is out. Good start for both drivers on the front row. Swavely slides up in front of Koonsman. Koonsman going to try the slider in 1. Not close enough. New race leader Jason Swavely. Big slider out of Eddie Strada on Tommy Koonsman. Crosses him back over. Ryan Groff now looks to the inside. He's going to throw the slider in 1 and 2. Throwing haymakers at both ends of the racetrack. Groff slides up in front of Strada. That's going to open the door for Bobby Butler to look to the inside. Steven Snyder Jr. makes contact with Butler down the front straightaway. They're going to be close on each other heading into turn 3 and 4. At the front of the field, Jason Swavely has a 1-second lead over Tommy Kunzman. Eddie Strada running in the 3rd position with Ryan Groff all over his tail tank. A couple of car lengths back to Bobby Butler in the 5th position. 19 down, 11 to go. Trouble, one car going around turns 1 and 2. That looks to be the 11T of Mike Thompson. Fifth caution flag of the race means this will be the final attempt at a double file restart. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in on the National Racing Network live feed. Need to give a couple of shout outs to our broadcast sponsors, including Free Geek Pen, the Slide Up Podcast, and Hot Shoe Racewear. Race leader Jason Swavely elects to take the inside lane. Lights are out. We're ready to go back to green. Same way we saw him line up on the last restart. The only difference is who the race leader is. Swavely gets to decide when they fire off. Green flag's out. We're racing again. Swavely slides a big contact with Kunzman. Oh, how did Tommy Kunzman keep his foot in it? Slides way high. He makes contact with Swavely. Swavely's going to slide back. He's going to fall right about 7th position. New race leader at the front of the field. Caution, one car goes around. Eddie Strada may be the race leader here. The 88J of Joey Amantia going around in turn 2. And let's head downstairs to Debbie Splain. She's with Nick Skias.
Thanks, Chris. Nick, you had a good run going there up to 5th. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, just as I passed into 5th, I entered the corner a little lower, got into the wall, and tumbled over. Completely my fault, driver error, and we'll fix it and come back.
All right, well, thank you, and good luck in the 270 tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Debbie. Not often you hear a driver admit to being the one that screwed it up, but kudos to Nick Skias for admitting the mistake. So yeah, Eddie Strada going to be your race leader. He had to lead by 0.4 over Ryan Groff the last time by the line. However, that's when the caution flew. So that's going to put Jason Swavely back to 2nd, Tommy Kunzman to 3rd, Groff back to 4th, Bobby Butler 5th, and it's going to be a single file restart. Top 4 all get away cleanly. They're going to make a good start down into turns 1 and 2. Oh, a little bit of sparks out of the bottom of the 21K of Kunzman. Slide jump 3 and 4. Jason Swavely for the race lead. Not able to get around Eddie Strada. He holds on to the lead. Swavely gets up into the outside wall in turn 2. That's going to let Tommy Kunzman back past. Those two played a little bit of bumper cars the last time by. Down to 7 laps to go. Eddie Strada has a half-second lead over Tommy Koonsman. Jason Swavely now runs third. Ryan Groff fourth. Steven Snyder Jr. up to the 5th position. Snyder and Butler going to do battle. That's going to be for 4th and 5th. Snyder already coming on the attack after Swavely. Five laps remaining in the Hyper Racing 600 feature. Mikey Thompson got it up into the outside wall off of turn 2. Top 5 up, big hit! Wild flip for Zach Light! Wow, getting the thumbs up from the EMT. Zach Light is okay. That was a wild ride for Zach Light in turns 3 and 4. Some of the biggest hang time we've seen here in quite a while. Good to see Zach climbing out of that race car under his own power. After the crash, Light will finish in the 13th position. We are down to 12 cars remaining here and just 4 laps to go. At the time of the yellow, Eddie Strada had a half-second lead over Tommy Koonsman. It was another half-second back to Jason Swavely. Things had started to settle down. I think that is pretty much over at this point. Lights are out. We're ready to go back to green. Strada, the race leader. Koonsman all over his bumper. Koonsman to the inside in 3 and 4. New leader at the line, Tommy Koonsman. Here comes Strada with a slider back into 1 and 2. Not close enough to get it done. Koonsman's going to open up a 3-4 car length lead. Swavely to the inside of Strada in 3 and 4. Crossover by Strada down the front straightaway. Here comes Ryan Groff looking inside of Swavely. Down to 3 to go. Koonsman's checking out. He has an 0.8 of a second lead over Eddie Strada. Swavely runs third, Ryan Groff fourth. Steven Snyder Jr. holding on to 5th. White flag going to come out this time for Tommy Koonsman. Eddie Strada a full second back. Without a caution, this race is over. Through turns 3 and 4, checkered flag in the air. Win number 2 on the season to Tommy Koonsman. Eddie Strada comes home second. Jason Swavely third. Ryan Groff fourth. Jacob Severn picks up 5th. Fantastic run for Jacob, 20th to 5th. Steven Snyder Jr. comes home 6th. Mikey Thompson 7th. Bobby Butler 8th. Billy Koch 9th. 10th to Mike Rutherford. 11th Zach Curtis. And the 12th and final car running at the end was the 99 of Brandon Heist. Tommy Koonsman's going to have to do the mandatory rev check, so we'll take the short commercial break and be back for the Victory Lane interview. You're watching Thursday Night Thunder right here on the National Racing Network.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning You can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll get the victory lane pictures done here, then we'll talk to your race winner. Go ahead, take the pictures, Tommy. Enjoy this one, $1,000 richer. All right, everybody, let's talk to your race winner, Tommy Koonsman. This place was wild out here tonight. Slide Job City and a whole bunch of wrecks going on. What was it like from your view?
I was just trying to get back out front again. When I was out front, it was easy, you know. When I was behind them cars, I couldn't really enter the corner the way I wanted to and this and that. And got into that a little bit over here. And, you know, it all worked out at the end. I wasn't sure if the car was broke after that. And figured I was up there, best run I had so far this year in the 600. And, you know, I just got to thank everyone who came to help. I got to thank Jack and Kyle a lot. They've helped me a lot here and keep making me come back because you know, it's definitely not my favorite place, but it's starting to grow on me. I really am starting to like it.
That was a wild ride you took down the front straightaway. It looked like a very hard hit. We heard it up in the grandstand. Did it feel like the car was broken after that?
It felt like it. I wasn't sure I was going to land on all fours and keep going there, and I'm just glad no one else, you know, caused a big wreck because of that.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Anybody else you got to thank for this one?
Oh, I got to thank all my sponsors. I got to thank my fiance. She wasn't able to make it out tonight. I hope she's watching at home tonight. You know, she helps me a lot, and I think my mom, my dad, Joe, and, you know, all the sponsors, everybody on the car, and I think, like I said, Kyle and Jack again for all their help.
All right, Tommy, congratulations on the win. We'll see you back here in a couple of weeks. Now we're going to get Tommy to pull the 50-50 number here. How much was this? $324. Going to the individual holding blue ticket, 228-3261. 228-3261. You are the winner of over $300 tonight. You can head right behind the tower to claim your winnings. Almost as good of a night as Tommy Kunzman. He's taking about $700 more than that home. Plus the Groff Trucking money for the Race Chasing Awards. That's going to add $100 to it. All in all, pretty good night for Tommy Kunzman. One more feature coming up. That's going to be for the 270s. So we'll get the 21K off the racetrack here, line up the 270s the rest of the way, and we'll be back with the grid walk. One more big feature coming up tonight. Let's head down to Deb's Plain. She's ready for the grid walk.
Thanks, Chris. I'm down here with Anthony Yerger. Anthony, we were just talking about the staging area, how your good old buddy, Jason Swavely, gave you this pole position for this evening in the Revenge Redraw. Are you ready to take home that big check?
I'm going to sure try to, but I'm not 100% on that one.
All right, well, thank you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
I'm going to go right next door here to Richie Hartman. There was a little joke during the Revenge Redraw and Rutherford giving you the outside pole position. Didn't have much faith in you. Do you have faith to take home that big check tonight?
Well, when you're pulling all this weight around the track like we are, you know, it's going to be tough. But I got to thank Jason and them guys. We started up front a couple weeks ago and held up to third, so we'll see if we can at least stay in the top 3 or 4 here.
All right, well, thank you and good luck tonight. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Deb. We appreciate it. All of your hard work this evening. Getting ready to roll out now for the 270s. Let's get you the starting lineup. This one was set by the Revenge Redraw. On the pole, he's already got a win here this season, the 5A of Anthony Yerger. To his outside, car that's shown a lot of speed so far this year, the number 14 of Richie Hartman. Row number 2 will have the 98 of Mason Peters and the 7L of Chase Laser. Row number 3, the 53S of Billy Logeman and the 19A of Bradley Brown. The 19 of Matt Fernsler and the 3 of TJ Grieve will roll off on row 4. Row 5 will have the 5K of Mike Rutherford and the 92 of Jason Swavely. Row 6, 2 of the quickest cars here all season. The 55 of Pete Skias and the 02 of Alex Swift. Starting in row number 7 in the 13th position, the number 21 of Toby Blumenshine and the 3S of Nick Skias. Row number 8, the 22 of Clinton Hauser and the 48 of Jonah Meck. Row number 9, the 4 of Ross the Boss Perchak and the 2020 of Corey Schmuck Jr. Row number 10, the 4K of Trent Eberhardt and the 8Z of Nate Gibble. Row 11 will have the 5R of Bobby Butler starting 21st and the 63 of Todd J. Adams in 22nd. Rounding out the field in row number 12, the 77S of Ben Stolz and the 26 of Tyler Martin. 24 cars, 30 laps, the scheduled distance. Already halfway home in our feature events for the night. Looks like a little bit of trouble for the 5R machine. That car going to be pushed off. That's Bobby Butler. He's behind or in front of the four-wheeler. We're hearing the call over the radio to get the alternate ready. Tough break for the 5R of Bobby Butler. That car would not come to life. He is heading back to his trailer. And that will open things up for the 25 of Tom Landwehr. Here in the lineup is good, and we are ready to go racing. Anthony Yerger does the wheel stand off at turn 4. That car's wound up and ready to roll. Yerger and Hartman on row 1, Peters and Laser row 2, Logeman and Brown row 3, Fernsler and Grieve row 4. We are ready to roll. Green flag is out. We're underway in the 270s. What a move by Mason Peters to the inside. Yellow is out. Caution on the Speedway. That may be a start infraction. Call is a false start on the 4 of Ross Perchak. So they're going to line them up exactly as they were, with the exception of Perchak, who's going to drop 2 positions. So Ross Perchak is going to drop from 17th to 19th in the starting order. Lineup is good. Lights are out. We're ready to roll. Take two on the start of this one. Still Yerger and Hartman on the front row. Mason Peters had the best start of any of them. He almost had the race lead by the time they got to turn one. Green flag back in the air. Peters going to slide up inside of Hartman. He's going to pick up second spot. Hartman crosses him back over. Big move by the 53 of Billy Logeman. He's going to fall in line back behind Mason Peters. Anthony Yerger at the front of the field, going to be your race leader. Here comes Peters to the inside of Hartman off of turn 4. Oh, they're going to be almost 3 wide. Here's Mike Rutherford. Rutherford now to the inside. Logeman to the inside of Rutherford. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Put him under a blanket. Chase Laser in the 7L right there to join the party as well. What a battle at the front of the field, but it's all going to be for second as Anthony Yerger is checking out. Caution on the Speedway. Trouble for the 55 of Pete Ski as he spins and comes to a stop on the back straightaway. The 21 coming off the Speedway, that's Toby Blumenschein. Blumenschein going to finish in the 24th position. Skias will head to the back for being the cause of the caution. Three laps down, 27 laps remaining. The lights are out. We're ready to go back to racing. Hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast tonight on the track Facebook page and the NRN platforms. Green flag back in the air. Peters going to look to the inside of Hartman off at turn 4. Not close enough. Man, what a hornet's nest that is behind Chase Laser and Billy Logeman. Logeman looks up to the outside of Peters down the back straightaway. He's going to pick up the third position. Nick Ski has thought about going to the inside of Peters. Here's Rutherford now to the inside of Peters going into 1 and 2. Going to be almost 3 wide off of turn 2. Now through turns 3 and 4. Put Mike Rutherford up to the 4th position. Anthony Yerger still the race leader. He has almost a straightaway lead. Richie Hartman 1.3 seconds back. Billy Logeman 1.6 back of the race leader. Chase Laser almost bouncing it up off into the outside wall. Big hit into the outside wall. That's Matt Fernsler. Keeps his foot in it. Nice piece of driving there. Rutherford looks to the inside back towards the front of the field. He's going to fight with Billy Logeman into 1 and 2. That'll be the battle for third. Rutherford and Logeman catching second place Richie Hartman as the race leader Anthony Yerger starts to catch in lap traffic. Big slider by Bradley Brown. He's going to come up in front of Corey Schmuck Jr. and the 0-2 of Alex Swift. Anthony Yerger, race leader, works his way off at turn 4. He's going to come around Tyler Martin in the 26. Richie Hartman closing the gap. He picked up a half second that last lap. 12 down, 18 laps to go. Rutherford now going to look to the inside of Hartman through turns 1 and 2. Oh, Hartman got bottled up by Tyler Martin. That's going to let Rutherford pass. Rutherford now going to try to work to the inside of the 77 of Ben Stoles as Anthony Yerger heads around the outside of Tom Landwehr, but he's going to have the 22 of Clinton Hauser right in front of him. Big slider back in the pack. Bradley Brown through on Mason Peters. Peters able to hold on to the spot. Brown comes around, spinner in turn 2. Caution flag is out. Jonah Meck spins in turn 2. The 3 of TJ Grieve and the 7L making contact with Meck. Grieve will head to the infield. Heavy left front suspension damage on the 3. Jonah Meck getting the push off into the infield. His night will be done. Meck will finish in the 23rd position. TJ Grieve was running 11th when he made contact with a 48. With Grieve being out of the race, he'll finish 22nd. We're down to 21 cars remaining in the field. Anthony Yerger had a 3/4 of a second lead over Mike Rutherford at the time of the caution. It was another full second back to Richie Hartman, but that has all been wiped out. We are halfway home. Couple of 5s on the front row. The 5A of Yerger, the 5K of Rutherford. That 5A machine has been spectacularly fast this season, but he's got one of the best ever here at Lanco to his outside. 8 straight 270 championships for Mike Rutherford. Green flag goes back in the air. Rutherford going to try to get it wound up on the outside. Here comes the 3S of Nick Skias down to the inside of Richie Hartman. He's going to pick up 3rd. Billy Logeman going to try to split Jason Swavely. Oh, Mason Peters almost goes around. What a save in turn 4. We stay green. Yerger holds on to the race lead. Rutherford and Skia 2nd and 3rd running the bottom. Richie Hartman in 4th running up top. Jason Swavely caught up behind Pete Skias and Billy Logeman trying to find a way through. Here comes Bradley Brown to the inside of Swavely. Swavely going to cross them back over down the straightaway. They're going to fight with Alex Swift in that tussle. Corey Schmuck Jr. in that party as well. 18 down, 12 to go. The gap at the front of the field is 1/3 of a second. Rutherford is catching Yerger. How about Pete Skias from the back to the front? Couple of laps in, Pete Skias was darn near dead last. Now he's up to 4th. Caution, trouble for the race leader. Anthony Yerger up into the outside wall. Heartbreaker for Anthony Yerger. Yerger comes to a stop outside of turn 2. It looks like that may be the end of the night. Four-wheeler going to push that car to the infield. Anthony Yerger goes from the race lead to a 21st finishing position. So the field's going to get lined up and doubled up. How's this for a front of the field? Mike Rutherford and Nick Skias on row 1. Pete Skias and Richie Hartman in row 2. Billy Logeman, Jason Swavely in row 3. Alex Swift, who started in the 12th position, he's going to line up 7th on the restart. And to his outside, Bradley Brown, who went for a wild ride in the 600s. He's still got a shot at the front here. We're down to 9 to go. Fields back under green. Rutherford, the race leader. Pete Skias comes around. Nick Skias, he's going to pick up second, and he's going to set sail looking for Rutherford. Skias to the inside. Rutherford outside, almost making contact down the front straightaway. Mason Peters pulls off in the 98. His race is done. At the front, Rutherford able to hold on to the lead. It was 0.6 of a second last time by. This time the gap grows, but only by 7/100ths of a second. It's going to be 5 to go this next time by. The gap shrinks just a little bit. Not enough to make a big difference. Call it 5 car lengths as they head into 3. Nick Skias gets it wound up around the outside. He's going to try to come around Pete. Just not able to build up enough momentum. 3 to go. We've got a doozy building at the front of the field. Rutherford opens up the gap just a little bit. Pete Skias looks inside. He's going to hold on to second over Nick Skias. 2 to go. Caution, caution on the Speedway. Contact towards the back of the field. Chase Laser goes around. Tom Landwehr, Tajay Adams, Nate Gibble involved. Also Clinton Hauser. Mike Rutherford had a 3/4 of a second lead evaporate with the crash in turn 2. Pete Skias has been quick all the way through the field. He was scored 23rd, a handful of laps into this race. Pete Skias, one of the most veteran drivers in the field. We'll say it that way. Heck of a run for the driver of the 55. We're inside of 5 laps to go, so it's going to be a single file restart. Bit of a drivers meeting used car lot developing in the infield. Tajay Adams, Chase Laser going to be out of the race as a result of that last incident. We're down to 2 to go. Green flag's back in the air. Rutherford got a good start. Pete Skias bumps one of the infield tires. That's going to slow him up just a little bit. Rutherford goes high, wide, and handsome through 1 and 2. Back down to the inside through 3 and 4. White flag is out. We're down to 1 to go. Half a second lead the last time by. Here comes Nick Skias. He's going to make the big move on Pete Skias. Checkered flag is out. Give the win to Mike Rutherford. Nick Skias comes home second. Pete Skias third. Alex Swift fourth. Billy Logeman rounds out your top 5. Jason Swavely, Bradley Brown, Richie Hartman and Corey Schmuck, Russ Perchak, the top 10. Matt Fernsler, Tom Landwehr, Clinton Hauser, Trent Eberhardt, Nate Gibble, Ben Stolz, and Tyler Martin going to be the last cars running at the finish. We'll head down trackside to talk to your race winner, Mike Rutherford, here in just a moment. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Another feature win at the Clyde for Mike Rutherford. This was not nearly as wild as the 600 feature was, but the action was still pretty good at the front.
Yeah, it seemed like pretty good racing. I was a little concerned that bottom was going to be too good, but it slicked off just enough to keep it pretty competitive. We had a good run around the top in 1 and 2, and the bottom in 3 and 4. We got a little lucky. I think Anthony Erger was the best car, but sometimes that's the way it goes. But yeah, it's nice to get our first win of the season. So I got to thank Ken, Tony Kaler, Summer, Nick, Nicole, just everybody involved helping us out. Good to get a win.
Yeah, Anthony had his troubles, and then it was, you went from battling the young guys to battling one of the oldest guys out here in Pete Skias. He came from all the way back to front. Did you have any idea how far back he was and then how far forward he was coming? That car was quick.
No, I mean, you're only looking out the front and worrying about what you can worry about.
All right, Mike, congratulations. Anybody else you got to thank for this one?
No, I think we're good.
All right, buddy, congratulations on the win again. That's going to wrap things up here for Thursday Night Thunder. Remember, everybody, we are off Saturday night. We will be back out here July 11th. It's going to be Kids Night and a fantastic one at that. And then coming up later in July, the Clyde Martin Memorial paying $750 to win. That's still a members-only race. And then August 8th, USAC NOS Energy National Midget Tour heading here. Hyper Racing 600 Speed Week. We got the month of money coming up here at the Clyde. $750 to Mike Rutherford and $1,100 to Tommy Koonsman tonight. So for everybody who's joining us on the live stream, we appreciate you spending your Thursday with us. We will talk to you soon. For everybody on the NRN team, have a great night. For everybody here in attendance, have a safe trip home. We look forward to seeing you here in a couple of Saturdays. Have a good night, everybody.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.